in lots and lots of trouble. This is called eavesdropping. Don't do it to mom and dad. Don't do it to your brothers and sisters. Remember, kids, don't try this at home. But what you can do at home, and maybe you've done it before, if we connect these two cups with a string, what do we make? Yes, a telephone, and that's what we've made right here. But we're going to try something slightly different. Okay, here. Hold this can, please. Okay, Jacob, you come over here and hold this can. Okay, hold it up high. Hold it up as high as you can. And stretch it as tight as you can. Don't worry if it breaks, I just retie it. Okay, Christian, I need you to stand right here. Good. Now you'll notice there are knots on here. When I rub my finger, you can hear the sounds vibrate. You know, keep it real tight as you can. Okay, now, Angie, I want you to take your hand and bend the string, please. Now we only hear one side. Okay, now Angie, let go. Okay, Christian, do the same thing on your side. Put your hand on. Now just bend the string for a moment. That's it, like that. Now we only hear one side. Okay, let go. Now both of you, put your hands on the string at the same time. Just cut off the vibrations. Now let go. Do it again. Let go. There, we can hear and see the sounds vibrate across the string. This is how the telephone works. Okay, thank you, Jacob. Now, I'm going to take these now. What most people don't know is that in 1876, I was on the verge of inventing the telephone. Did I do it? No, you know why? Somebody else beat me to it. That other inventor, Alexander Graham, what's his name? Yes, Mr. Bell beat me to it, Alexander Graham Bell. But I improved the Bell telephone. I invented the carbon transmitter that makes the voice louder and carries farther. I also invented the greeting for the telephone. Mr. Bell wanted it to be, ahoy! I came up with a better idea. Hello? Now, in late 1877, I was experimenting with the phonograph. Now, right here, I have an old record. You'll probably notice there are lines on it. Those are grooves. Yes, that has music, has recordings of sound. But you know what we're going to do? We are going to take this needle, put it on the record, and when we spin it, it will vibrate, and we'll actually hear sounds on the record. Okay, now, first you can put your two hands there, and just one hand here, and just one hand, and that's right, Angie, put your hand there. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the needle on there, and when I spin it, we'll actually hear some sound. In there? You know what? Someone told me they heard chipmunks in there. They said, yeah, one of them was named Alvin. But you know what? The boys and girls, remember, don't do this to Mom and Dad's Rudy Valley or Grandma and Grandpa's Rico Caruso records tonight. You know, I understand if you keep records too long, you start hearing Beatles on it. And if you live near a mountain or a hill, be careful, you might hear Rolling Stones. Now, in 1877, I invented a recording machine. We called it the phonograph. I wrapped tin foil around a cylinder. I would talk into one side, and I would listen on the other side. Okay, Jacob, I want you to put your two hands under here, please. And Brooke, you do the same thing. Now, when I would talk into the mouthpiece, the sound waves of my voice would vibrate through here, just like they vibrate through a telephone, but instead of a wire, it vibrates a little stylus or needle. I would talk into it, and it would vibrate and make lines of my voice off the tin foil. When I was finished, I'd crank it back, I'd crank it forward, and it would vibrate another stylus or needle on the other side, and I would hear my voice. And the first words that I recorded on it came from a very famous famous nursery rhyme, which we all know. See, I forgot. What was it? Humpty Dumpty, Jack and Jill. And what was that? Oh, that's right.
Mary had a little lamb whose fleece was white as snow, and everywhere that Mary went, the lamb was sure to go.
I cranked it back. I cranked it forward. I heard my voice, and it worked. To my surprise, the first time I tried it. If you know of anything I invented, this is my favorite invention and my most original. It's so simple, why even a child could operate it. Okay, I want to thank my four sisters. Thank you very much. You know, people ask me, Mr. Edison, does it take a lot of genius to invent all these things? Well, let me tell you what genius is. 1% inspiration and about 99% perspiration. You see, when we talk about inspiration, does everyone remember what we needed in our brains in order to invent? A what? An idea. The idea is a little bit. All the rest of it is perspiration. When it's a hot day out and we perspire, what happens to our bodies? We get hot and we sweat. It's hard work and sweat. And if you're willing to do the hard work and sweat in the pursuit of an idea or a goal, you're going to succeed. Because that's what I learned about in life. Well, with that, I'd like to thank you for coming here today, and thank you for joining us, great Americans.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Peter Small as Thomas Edison. And now let's meet the rest of our actors and give them a great round of applause. Don Thompson as Pocahontas, and Brian Adams as Thomas Jefferson. Well, we have just a couple of minutes before we need to see some other great Americans. Anyone out there have a question? You've just been thinking and listening all the way through, and there is one thing that you need to know. Well,